Welcome back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Nick Sturdivant. So earlier we showed you a press conference with Mecklenburg County Sheriff Gary McFadden addressing concerns over Arenas Law. This is week 2 of Arenas Law being enacted. There at that press conference, Autumn Bracey, who joins us live here on Live Impact News here on WCNC Plus. So Autumn, you were there at that press conference. Catch us up. What did you hear? What were some of your takeaways from that press conference?
Hello, Nick. Well, starting out, Sheriff McFadden really highlighted that Irina Zarutska's death on the stabbing on the light rail, obviously it was a huge tragedy, but he does say that he believes all of this was heightened because this particular issue was caught on video. One thing he did want to enforce to everyone or kind of relay to everyone was that, this is an issue, ongoing crime that's really happening across the country. But, you just mentioned House Bill 307. It's been in effect. This is week 2. He says, Sheriff McFadden, that some of the biggest issues with this is the lack of resources and funding that has come to the sheriff's office. He says that, a lot of times when it comes to making legislation in Raleigh, they don't necessarily consult the people that it's going to be affecting, which would mean the detention center, the sheriff's office. He says that I guess one of the challenges when it comes to lawmakers in Raleigh is that lack of communication that he's hoping that can improve in time. With this particular issue, when we talk about some of the changes in effect, he says that with more people are expected to be in these detention centers. So for them, that means more medical care, more food, more laundry. There's a variety of resources that are going to be needed, but without the funding to go alongside with it. We know staffing continues to be an issue for, departments really all across. Sheriff McFadden was sharing. And so he says it's very competitive. And so something like this doesn't help with the increase of inmates. The Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office, they were able to share some data with us to kind of highlight some of the increases they've been seeing, even though it has not been a very lengthy period of time since this law has been in effect. November of last year, the Sheriff's Office booked about 12,097 people, and this year that number has risen to 1,571. So that's kind of just showing you, I guess, some of the numbers as far as the people that have been affected. We know with this particular issue with Irina Zarutska being stabbed on the light rail, behavioral health, mental health is top of mind for a lot of people. Could this have been detected? We know that in Charlotte, within the Charlotte Sheriff's Office, they do have the RISE program. It's been in effect for a couple years. The Sheriff's Office assists 36 other Sheriff's Office across the state to kind of help improve mental health within the state. So that's just kind of talking about ways that they're working to combat some of the ongoing issues that are causing violence in the streets. But again, it boils back to resources and funding needed to help improve those numbers in the future. So tonight at 4 and 5, we'll have more information and be breaking down that news conference more in depth for you all.
Yeah, as Autumn mentioned, you just mentioned there, Autumn, he hit on a lot of things. A lot of that centered around resources, a lot of that centered around communication between the Sheriff's Office and the lawmakers in Raleigh. Autumn, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us here. Again, as she mentioned, catch her at 4 and 5.